51-year-old Katanka Fryer and 38-year-old Torian Thomas are charged with first-degree murder, aggravated arson, and concealment of a homicidal death. The charges were announced around 9 this morning at a news conference held by Winnebago County State's Attorney Jay Hanley. Less than 14 years ago, Natasha Cleary and her sons, 12-year-old Marquan Owens and 2-year-old Katerion Fryer, were shot and burned beyond recognition at their home on Canterbury Lane in Rockford. Reanalysis of evidence helped lead to the charges of the two suspects. Thomas is being held at Marion Federal Correctional Institution on unrelated charges. Fryer was arrested Monday and is in the Winnebago County Jail. Fryer is also Cleary's ex-husband and the father of her 2-year-old who was killed, Katerion.
I will say that this case is still not closed. Despite the arrest taking place, this investigation is still very active. We know there are people out there still with information, some of who we've spoken to, some who have not felt comfortable coming forward. I want to encourage them to please come forward with any information.